Dear students, so previously we have completed Ohm's Law. So now we are studying about current density. So before defining current density, we are supposed to define area vector. Okay. So let us see what is meant by area vector. See, generally we consider area to be a scalar quantity. So we don't consider that area has a particular direction. So we call area to be a scalar quantity. But in this condition where current is flowing, so here we have to consider area to be a vector quantity. Okay. So what is the direction of area vector here? For example, if you take any surface here, okay, then outward drawn normal, this is called as area vector. Okay. Outward drawn normal. So how can I define area vector here? So the outward drawn normal represents area vector. Okay, and if the magnitude or length of this area vector is greater, it means that magnitude of area is also greater. So that is how we define area vector for any surface. Okay, for example, if I take this type of spherical surface. Now, if I want a small area here, okay, then this small area or differential area can be represented as dA dash. So, always outward drawn normal will be called as area vector. Okay. Now, after this, now we will study about current density. So, for example, if this is the surface area whose area vector is A dash, or you can call it as delta A dash also. Small area delta A dash. Clear? Now if current is flowing like this, so parallel to the area vector. So this is the current which is flowing, which is parallel to this area vector. Then in this condition, how can I define current density? In this condition, current density can be just defined as, so current density J is equals to I by A. This is how we can define. The total amount of current which is crossing this cross section is called as current density here. Okay, but in this condition, current and area vector, they must be in the same direction. Then only in this condition I can say current density at a particular point is equals to I divided by A, total amount of current which is crossing the cross section. So I can write J is equals to delta I by delta A. So I can write like this also. So J is equals to the total amount of current which is entering in this cross section divided by total area of this cross section. Also I can call it as current density. Okay. Now the condition is that if area vector and current, if they are not in the same direction, then what we are supposed to do. Okay. So consider this is the area vector. So this is the direction of area vector A dash. But consider current is entering in this direction. This is the direction of current. Okay, then how can I calculate current density in this condition? Very simple. So split this area vector into two components such that one component is present in the direction of this current. Clear, ma? So one component of area vector in the direction of current, automatically another component will be perpendicular to the direction of current. Then you are supposed to take those two components which are present in the same direction or components which are parallel to each other. So how can I do this one? So this area vector I can split like this. If this is A dash and if this is theta angle between current and area vector, then I can split like this. Clear, Nama? So this is the direction of current. Okay, and if this is angle theta, to this angle theta, this will become adjacent side. So magnitude is A, so adjacent side will become A cos theta, opposite side will become A sin theta. So we are supposed to take those two components which are in the same direction. Now what are the components which are present in the same direction? Current is in this direction, A cos theta is also in the same direction. So therefore, how can I define current density now? Current density can be defined as I divided by or delta I divided by delta A cos theta. So I can write like this. Clear, ma? So J is equals to delta I divided by delta A cos theta. So what we understand here, area vector we are splitting into two components and you take that component of area vector which is present in the direction of current. Okay. So same equation, let us see how we can write. same equation I can write like this also. I can write, so J is equals to delta I divided by delta A cos theta can be written as delta I is equals to J into delta A cos theta. So I can write like this. Clear ma? So delta I is equals to J into delta A into cos theta. Now here current density is a vector quantity. Current density is a vector quantity. So current is definitely a scalar quantity because it doesn't follow the vector laws of addition. But current density is a vector quantity. Current density is definitely a vector quantity. So therefore, this equation is how much? This equation is in the form of a dot product of two vectors, no ma? So a dash dot b dash is equals to ab cos theta. Okay. So same relation how I can write? I can write delta is I is equals to j dash dot delta a dash. So I can write like this also. Clear number? Because current density is a vector quantity, and in this condition area is also a vector quantity. So j dash dot delta a dash can be written as j dash delta a dash, so j into delta a into cos theta. So same relation we have written. So therefore this equation is in the form of a dot product. So therefore delta I is equals to j dash dot delta a dash. Similarly in a differential form, how I can write? In differential form, same relation can be written like this, no ma? So di is equals to j dash dot dA dash. I can write like this also in the form of differential equations. Okay. What is di? The small amount of current which is entering into small area of cross section dA dash. Now if I want total magnitude of current, what I have to do? Come on, try to say. So this is a small amount of current which is entering into small area of cross section dA dash. If I want a total magnitude of current, just we have to integrate on both sides. So integration of dI is equals to integration of j dash dot dA dash. Clear? So integration differentiation they will get cancelled. So I is equals to integration of j dash dot dA dash. So this is the equation of current flowing through a cross section if current is a variable. Are you able to understand, ma? So in differential form I can write this relation like this. Okay, come on. So same relation of current density I can define for conductors also. Conductor which is connected to a battery. So let us see. So current density in conductor. Current density in the case of a conductor. So consider this is a conductor of length L. Okay. So this conductor which is connected to a potential difference of V, positive plate, negative plate. So therefore, if a conductor is connected to any battery or a cell, then electric field will develop inside this conductor. So inside the conductor, the electric field which is developed is E dash. So therefore, magnitude of E is how much? We know E is equals to minus dV by dr, no ma? So in this condition, E can be written as potential difference applied per length of the conductor. So E is equals to V by L. So already many times we have derived this relation when we have understood this relation. Okay. So now, how can I write an equation for current density in the case of conductor? Let us see. So current density J can be written as I by A. Okay, ma? And we know according to Ohm's law I can be written as V by R also. So V by R into A. Why? Because I is equals to V by R. We know this relation. Similarly R can be written as rho L by A also, no ma? R is equals to rho L by A. Already we have studied this one. So J is equals to V by, instead of R I can write rho L by A multiplied by A gets cancelled. So J is equals to V by rho into L. Okay. And V by L can also always be written as electric field inside the conductor. So therefore J is equals to E by rho. And what is meant by this rho? Rho is called as resistivity of the conductor. And resistivity can also be written as 1 by conductivity, or conductivity can be written as 1 by resistivity also. Now therefore instead of 1 by resistivity I can write conductivity also. So therefore sigma into E. So therefore this is one more equation for current density in the case of electric field if conductor is current to a potential difference of V and length of the conductor is L and electric field developed is E. So J is equals to sigma into E. So in vector form I can write J dash is equals to sigma E dash also, because current density is a vector quantity, electric field is also a vector quantity. Okay, ma? Come on, make a note up to here. So let us see this question, ma. So in a discharge tube, the number of protons drifting a cross section per second is 1 into 10 power 18, while the number of electrons drifting per second is 2.7 into 10 power 18. So find the current flowing in the tube. Clear? So for example, if I take this one as a discharge tube, clear? So let us consider protons are traveling in this direction. Definitely electrons must be traveling in opposite direction. Okay, so this is the flow of protons and this one is the flow of electrons. Clear? Now, which one is current here? Flow of what is current? Flow of positive charges is current, or flow of negative charges is current? What is current in this condition? So current is always the flow of positive charges. Direction of current is taken to be the direction of flow of positive charges. So definitely I can say this is the direction of current which is due to flow of positive charges. But in this condition, if protons are traveling in this condition, definitely I can say positive charges are traveling in the direction of protons, because protons are positively charged particles. Clear? Similarly, if electrons are traveling in one direction, then also I can consider positive charges are traveling in same direction, in opposite direction to the direction of electrons. Clear number? So if negative charges are flowing in one direction, it means definitely that positive charges are moving in opposite direction. Okay. So positive charges is in this direction because of flow of protons also. Similarly, positive charges are moving in this direction because of flow of electrons in opposite direction also. So here total current is because of flow of protons also and flow of electrons also, and total current is traveling in same direction. Okay. So therefore, what is the equation for amount of current? I is equals to Q by T. Q can be written as NE divided by T. Clear number? But here, instead of this equation, what I can write number of protons plus the number of electrons multiplied by charge of each electron or proton divided by time. This is how I have to write. Clear number? So what is the number of protons which is given? Number of protons is 1 into 10 power 18. Clear number? Number of electrons is how much? It is 2.7 into 10 power 18. So multiplied by E. E means what? Charge of each electron or each proton, which is equals to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. So divided by how much is the time taken? He said that already time taken is 1 second, so divided by 1. So do this total calculation. That will be the total amount of current which is flowing through this cross section. And if you solve this one, what is the answer you should get? The answer which you should get is 0.592 amperes. 0.592. So this is the given question. So we need to produce a set of cylindrical copper wires. Length of each wire is how much? 2.5 meters long. So length of each copper wire should be 2.5 meters. And it should have a resistance of R is equals to 0.125 ohms. 0.125 ohms. Clear? Then mass of each of these copper wires we are supposed to calculate. Density is given. Okay, ma. Similarly, resistivity is also given. These two values are given. Mass of each of this copper wire we are supposed to find out if it should have a length of this much and resistance of this much. How can I calculate, ma? Anybody? Any idea how can we do this problem? So resistance R is equals to rho L divided by A. Now in this equation, what are the terms which are given? Resistance is given, length is given, resistivity is also given. So from this I can calculate area of cross section. No, area of cross section is not given. So therefore area of cross section is equals to rho L divided by R. Clear number? So density is how much? Rho means resistivity. Resistivity is 1.72 into 10 power minus 8. Length of each of these copper wires is 2.5 and resistance is 0.125. Clear now? So area of cross section we have calculated, but we are supposed to find out mass. No? So from which equation I can calculate mass? Come on. From which equation I can get the term called mass? I have a term density, no? Density is equals to mass by volume. Clear, no ma? So, but volume can be written as area of cross section into length. Clear? So, mass. So, here also resistivity also I am representing by rho ma. So, density I will represent by d here. Density is equal to mass by volume. Volume can be written as area of cross section into length. Clear? So, therefore, mass of the body, how can I calculate? Mass of the body can be calculated as d into A into L. Okay. Density. Density is already given. What is the density? 8.9 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. And area of cross section we have calculated from here. What is the area of cross section? 1.72 into 10 power minus 8 into 2.5 divided by 0.125. Clear, ma? And length of the conductor is also given. It is again equal to 2.5. Okay. So just to do this a total calculation, that will be the required amount of mass of the copper wire which is required to produce a resistance of 0.125. Clear, number? So the answer which you should get is 7.654 into 10 power minus 3 kg. 7.654 into 10 power minus 3 kg. So this is the amount of mass of the copper wire which is required. Okay, ma? That's all. See, ma. So your uniform copper wire of mass is given 2.23 into 10 power minus 3 kg. It carries a current of 1 ampere when a potential difference of 1.7 volts is applied. What is the meaning of this one? So this is a copper wire. Clear, ma? So mass of this copper is 2.23 into 10 power minus 3 kg. Clear, ma? So how much current is flowing? A current of 1 ampere is flowing in this conductor in this direction. Okay. And what is the potential difference applied? Potential difference which is applied is 1.7 volts. Okay. Then length and area of cross section, these two we are supposed to calculate. Clear? And density is given. Density is given as 8.92 into 10 power 3. Resistivity is given as 1.7 into 10 power minus 8. Okay, ma? Then after that we will do the second question. So can you say how can I calculate? How can we do this one? Okay. See, very simple. Just try to proceed with any one of the equation, then it will lead to the other equations. Clear, ma? So current is 1 ampere and voltage is density is equal to yes, density is equals to m by v you can take. Yes, you can take. Yes, volume can be written as area into length, correct? That is one equation. Any other equation? Volume can be written as area into length. V is equal to IR, okay. From that what you will get? Resistance, okay. After calculating resistance, what can you do? After calculating resistance, what can you do? Correct. What you are thinking is correct. Very good. So R is equals to rho L by A, no? From that you will get L by A. And from density you will get A into L. Clear, number? So just by using those two conditions, you can calculate area and length, area of cross section and length. That's all. Clear, number? So first of all, I will try to find out resistance of this wire. Resistance R is equals to V by I. That's all, number? Potential difference is 1.7 and current supplied is 1 ampere. So total resistance is 1.7 ohms. Clear, number? And what is the formula for resistance? R is equals to rho L divided by A. So therefore, L by A will be how much? L by A will be equal to R by rho. Let it be my equation number 1. So L by A is equals to R by rho. R also we have calculated, and resistivity is also, it is given 1.7 into 10 power minus 8. Clear, number? So, but here we have two unknown quantities. L is an unknown quantity, area of cross section is also an unknown quantity. So therefore I require one more equation. What is the one more equation? I can take the equation of density. Clear, number? So density is equals to mass by volume. Mass divided by volume can be written as area of cross section into length. Clear, number? So from this you calculate the product of area of cross section into length. So therefore A into L is how much? A into L is mass by density. Mass is already given, no? Mass is how much? 2.23 into 10 power minus 3 divided by density is also given as 8.92 into 10 power 3. Clear, Nama? So from this I got L by A, and from this I got A into L. So either you divide them or just you multiply them. So this is my equation number 2. Clear, ma? So what I will do? I will do 1 into 2. If I do 1 into 2, what I will get? So L by A multiplied by A into L is equals to R by rho. Resistance is 1.7. 1.7 divided by resistivity is 1.7 into 10 power minus 8 multiplied by A into L. A into L already we have calculated, so 2.23 into 10 power minus 3 divided by 8.92 into 10 power 3. Clear, ma? So A and A gets cancelled, so L square I will get one relation. If I get L square, then I get one equation for L also. Clear, na, ma? Now if you calculate L value, then you will get A value also, because L into A and L by A already we have calculated. Okay, that's all. Make a calculation from here. That should be my required answer. So therefore L value which you should get is 5 meters. So L square you will get a 25. Clear, number? Next A value which you should get is 5 into 10 power minus 8. 5 into 10 power minus 8 meters square. Clear, ma? So these are the values which you should get. Come on, make a note up to here first of all. So after this, he is asking second question also. What is the second question he is asking, ma? If wire is uniformly stretched to double its length, then calculate the new resistance. How can I calculate this one? Can you say, anybody? Okay, ma? What is the original resistance? Original resistance is 1.7 ohms. This is R1. R1 means original resistance. Okay. Now what he is doing, he is saying that this wire is stretched to double its length. Length is doubled. Then new resistance, how can I calculate? Any idea? Yes, that's all. That relation we have, no? So R1 by R2 is equals to L1 by L2 whole square. So just substitute in this relation. So or I can write R2 divided by R1 is equals to L2 divided by L1 whole square. Clear, number? So R2 is equals to R1. R1 is 1.7 multiplied by L2 is, its length is a doubled number. So 2L divided by L whole square. If original length is L, then final length is a 2L. So therefore L and L gets cancelled, 2 square is 4, so therefore resistance is 1.7 into 4. So 17 4s are 68, so 6.8 ohms will be our final resistance. That's all. Clear, ma? Come on.